believe that I am live. Make sure that everybody can hear me okay. It's starting. That is right, dude. Do the first words in the chat. How about them Chiefs? That is right. Let's go. I haven't even been out there on the channel yet to talk about the Chiefs. How's it going, guys? We already got 18 people in here. Thank you all for waiting. This is pretty cool. We will wait maybe 1 or 2 more minutes while people come in. Good to see everybody. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. I've got all these guys ready, a massive 332 card order that we're going to go through. And PSA did us wrong because they have these very small boxes. So I'm going to go one at a time through these. But really cool to see everybody in this chat. So I know it's been a while. I'm going to go ahead and just start going through these because I know it's going to take a while. And yes, how about them Chiefs? And yes, Creaky Guard guy, we are going. What's up, Red House? Good to see you in the house. This is going to be a fun order, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a very, very, very good order. I'm excited to share it with everybody. So let's go ahead and dig in. Up to 27 cards. In no particular order, we're just going through here. Just quick recap in the beginning. Again, 332 cards. There is a 78% gem rate. If you all remember the last live stream that I had, it was almost 80% over 300 cards. This is about on par with that. But I have a Josh Allen in here that's in the thumbnail. It's about a $10,000 card. So I'm excited to actually pull that guy out of here. But we're going to jump right in. So let's see. Purple Rain Sports. Tell me what baseball prospects. We'll get into it. We'll get into it as we go. There's going to be a lot of baseball prospects to jump into. But all right, first up, got a Rod Crew Orange Refractor PSA 9. And I have 2 videos in the queue. Apologies for not getting a video out this past week. The main reason why I've not is because I was in Montana again skiing for a week. And whenever I came back, just trying to catch up with the real job. So this weekend was finally a chance for me to break into this. But I'm going to have probably 3 videos up this week, FYI, on previous breaks. If you have not checked out my eBay page, don't check it out because all these cards are on it right now. I don't want any spoilers if you haven't seen any of that. Like this is a monster. Oof. This is one of the better cards in the order. Steph Curry PSA 10 Flashback Silver Prism. Got a little gunky on the case, but not bad, not bad. This is beautiful. 3 cards in. 3 cards in. Telling you, it's going to be a good order. It's a good order. It's a good one. That's right. Popcorn is ready. Nikola Jokic, PSA 10 autograph. I have plenty of his autographs in here. There are a ton. So look, this is the 3 cards back to back. I know they're not all going to be this good, but that's pretty good. Not bad. Got a Giannis Antetokounmpo Fast Break Blue. This is number 250, 17 of 50. Again, I think I've sold like 30 of these cards already. Whew. Dude, I'm on fire already. Julio Rodríguez Refractor Autograph. Jeez. So I got 2 of these in here. All right, we got a couple questions. I think Will Greer right now. About 4 times better. Okay. All right, sports card investor. All right, Jeff Wilson. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know about that one. If you remember from one of your live streams in the summer, what cards you thought were clean in 2022 Bowman, you said the Mega Refractors. I went 7. Heck yeah, man. There we go, Brennan. Let's go. I will say Megas are pretty clean. The one caveat is this last Bowman Chrome that has Jackson Churrio's autograph in it. For whatever reason, this is the first set that, for whatever reason, is not clean. And I stayed away from a lot of the fall releases and even Bowman Draft. I only have 1 card out of that. But Bowman Chrome fall release with Jackson Churrio's second card, but his first autograph, they're really scratched up, which is kind of crazy. Yep, we're starting hot, Toa. Good to see you, man. Yeah, Brennan. I remember that. This one is number 249. Dude, this is a killer first box. Jeez. Trevor Lawrence, the Prince. Anybody here Thinks First fans on FS1? That has become my favorite show with Nick Wright. I hate him whenever he talks about LeBron James or the Kang. But whenever it comes to Patrick Mahomes and Trevor Lawrence, it is so freaking funny. It is hilarious. So he dubs him the Prince. I don't know if that actually sticks or not, but I like it. Next, speaking of Patrick Mahomes, back to back. All right, patty cakes. This is my first patty cake gem since ring number 2. Number 2. Everybody said that they were going to this old patty cake. They thought it was going to be Josh Allen. They thought it was going to be everybody else. Wasn't. Patrick Mahomes. Told you. Been here all day, all along. I'll be just as annoying as Nick Wright, although I don't have banners and I don't have sirens going off in the background. This is Kirill Kaprizov, so canvas debut, PSA 10. His market's kind of taken a little bit of a nosedive. Well, I won't say nosedive, just a little bit down. Same thing with Jason Robertson. I want to say it's just because there's a glut of stuff that is out there for Jason Robertson. And these cards actually kind of rattle in the case. You hear that? It's the first PSA cases I've ever had where you can actually hear the card rattle like SGC. Kirill Kaprizov, this is actually the Upper Deck canvas, so not the clear cut. And we're going to round out with some hockey. So Gabe Vilardi, I got it. One individual recommended that I buy him. I honestly don't know a whole lot about him, and I don't know if this is a smart buy, but I have a couple cards in here that have gemmed. Again, I'm clueless whenever it comes to hockey, so this is not something I can intelligently speak to, even though some of the cards are graded gem mint. Really wanted this one to come back gem. I have about 4 or 5 other of his autographs that are stuck at PSA. They should be coming back. So you got a couple questions. Do you usually get the autos graded? If so, why and when? Thank you. Yep, good question, Bob Dylan. I was getting the autographs graded in the beginning of 2022. It was back whenever dual service was not as popular. It seemed like after people started promoting it and getting returns back, a lot of other people started doing it. And a lot of my dual service orders, whenever they had economy service open, were just taking way, way, way too long. So I don't do dual service anymore. The next card is the big card in the order. So it's coming up. It is coming up. Just so you know. But yeah, that's the only reason why. But for a card like what's getting ready to come up, now that I have it in a PSA 10 holder, it may make sense for me to go back and get a dual service grade if it's going to add a couple $1,000s to it. So. So to answer your question, if it's something like this, where I could get a dual service PSA 10 grade for the auto and the card on a big card like this, I would definitely do it. I would totally do it. But this is the big card in the order, as you can imagine. This is a value order where I paid $15 a card. Guess what? They upcharged it. So they upcharged it $300. This is now a pot 15, which is very surprising. The reason why I like this card, I paid right around $3,500 for it, plus the taxes and shipping and all that stuff. Patrick Mahomes' red power, which is also numbered to 49, is one of his more popular Prism parallels, autograph and non-autograph. I'm colorblind, so I don't know if Buffalo Bill's color is purple or blue, but this purple power is kind of like a play on that red power. So as soon as I saw this, I saw the seller, and the seller looked like they didn't grade. It had a really crappy picture, but I knew that these things graded really well. So I took a gamble, and this is one of the few times where I actually gambled and it paid off. So this is probably, based on the parallels that I'm looking at, the Blue Shimmer PSA 10 sold for around $12,000. There's another parallel that numbered to 99 that sold for $7,000. This is probably in that 9 to 10, 11,000 range, unless somebody wants to pay a premium for the purple power. I don't know if there is one or not, but this is the best card in the order right here in first box. First box in, and we got it. All right, so we're going to set these aside, and we have a lot more to go. That's a killer start for an order. There's going to be some in here that are super, super boring. What's up, Bowman Brent? How's it going, man? Hope everybody had a good, marvelous weekend. I'm sad to see that NFL season has come to an end, especially knowing I can't watch Patrick Mahomes anymore. I can't watch him beat up on Josh Allen. I want to set that guy right there. We'll just set him here. He can look pretty the whole time. Okay, next up. Actually, I need to set these guys up here. We will... I'll just set them over here, actually. Jump into... There's a bunch of these, so I'm gonna skip right through these. I went 100% on Allen and Ginter with the exception of one card. So every single card graded gem mint. It is such an easy grade, but that means the population report is going to explode. And I think I own about half of the pop report for some of the cards in it. Love these cards. I have about 9 or 10 of these in here. About 50% gem rate on these. This is a really nice one. Unfortunately, it came back a PSA 8, and if I were to guess, it's going to be some back edge corner chipping on the edges, but it is serial numbered to 50, if you all can see that. So nice parallel. There's only one more that's graded higher than this. I want to say it's a PSA 9. I don't think there's any PSA 10s yet. This, for any J-Rod fans out there, I know there's a lot of people out there who like baseball. A lot of people are wondering, and there's people who have done some videos on what cards should you focus on for Julio Rodríguez. If you haven't noticed, there's a glut of rookie logo stuff coming out still. I mean, they're still releasing 2022 product. It's insane. This is an under-the-radar card, and I don't know if I've talked about this on the channel. There's 3 versions for this card. There's a base, like this, which is like card number 115. There's another card, which is the 1992 style MLB debut, card number 375. That's a short print compared to this card. And then this is it's not super short print, but it is very scarce. So if you're looking for an under-the-radar card and you're sick of the ugly Topps Chrome stuff and they're Topps Chroming everything, and you're just tired of the high print runs, this is a sleeper card. I know the pop report right now is in the 50s. It's not going to get much higher than that at all, I promise. I mean, it will likely get in the triple digits, but it's not going to explode past 1,000. It may be lucky to go over 200 or 300. There are not many of these out here at all. At launch, I tried to buy as many as I could. I'm telling you, this is a sleeper card. This is one you don't want to sell cheap right now while people think that it's just a regular card, because it's not. This is a really cool card. I have like 4 or 5 of them in here, but I've got a bunch of the regular ones. So I got 2 PSA 10s. There's 1 PSA 9. This is a big one. There's only 2 pop 10s, or 2 10s of this, so it's a pop 2. And this is the silver that's numbered to 50. So depending on what version you look at, the silver is either numbered to 99 or it's numbered to 50. This, which is the rarest version, is numbered to 50. And it's 31 of 50. So that one is a beautiful card. And I would much prefer this over all the other stuff they have out there, because they have chrome everything. It's just... So this is the regular short print. I won't say regular short print, but it's the 92 MLB debut Topps version. So this is much more rare than the card number 115, but much less rare than this version. So hopefully people followed that. I don't know if anybody else has picked up on that at all, but that's just a trend that not many people are talking about, because everybody's focused on, all the other Topps chromy, shiny stuff out there, which demands everybody's attention. So did okay on these. I have a couple that actually came back PSA 6s for whatever reason, and they were right back to back. So I wonder maybe if they fell or got damaged at the same time or something. But so we got PSA 10, PSA 10, PSA 10. Here's one of the 6s. Serial number sequence is very similar to the other one. So just quickly skimming. I don't want to waste much time on this. Can't see anything at first glance, but I'm sure it's probably a crease. Something probably that maybe I missed. We'll see. And then this is that other one. Again, same serial number sequence. All right, so hopefully everybody, is anybody else seeing the same thing I am whenever it comes to those archives? Is that a sleeper card that a lot of people are overlooking? Or is that just me? Because honestly, that 2005 version is such a cool card. All right, this is another low pop silver version. So this is the silver version of the base. It's a PSA 10. There are 3 of these. This one is numbered to 99. So again, like I mentioned, unlike the rare version, card number 342, this is card number 115. The silver of this is numbered to 99, not 50 like the other one. The one that is numbered to 50 is the red hot foil, which I showed earlier, and it came back to PSA 8. It's confusing, but hopefully that explains it. And then that's another base. All right, so we are 2 boxes in. That means we're 40 cards. We've got another 300 or so to go. All right, is everybody ready for baseball? I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but my sales for baseball ever since December have just really picked up. And I think some basketball stuff, depending on who you got, has also started to pick up a little bit too. I want to have this Josh Allen in here. I'm going to just keep him there. There we go. Maybe that can actually illuminate the chat a little bit too. People can see what people are saying. All right, Gary Payton, the glove, PSA 10 autograph. So this is another set. Anybody want a tip? Depending on the year, Panini Prism can be dirty, Panini Select can be dirty, Donruss Optic can be dirty. This year, 2021 Select, very clean in terms of the autographs. So the Select Signature set, you're going to see a amazing run of 10s here. So 10s, and depending on the player, it's numbered to 299. There's a couple of the Hall of Famers that are a little bit less. Chauncey Billups, this one is number 249. This is one of the few 9s. It was another Gary Payton, so that one is a 9. This one's really cool because it's supersonic neon green. So that green on green is really, really cool. So if it's, hopefully a Seattle fan would like it. That one's number 99. All the neon greens are 99. Next, this one, we got an Ant-Man. I way overpaid for this whenever it came out. These have come down a little bit more, and I have a couple more PSA of all of these guys in various orders. So this is wave 1. We'll see how consistent PSA is with the subsequent waves. But again, that one's number 299. This one's a nice one. Penny. And again, this is stuff I usually don't typically grade, but man, I love grading this stuff. Anthony Hardaway, all sticker autographs. This was the neon green. Clyde the Glide, first PSA 10 autograph that I have of him, and that one is numbered to 299. Human highlight reel, Dominique. So this is one of 2 autographs that I had of him, PSA 10. This is another Anthony Hardaway, and this one is the purple Pulsar. Got to get that right, and it's numbered to 15. Depending on the player you get, they're either numbered to 10 or 15. Some of them may be a little bit different, but this one is a pop 2. Surprisingly, somebody else already has one of those graded. It's not all those where it looks like it's switching sequence up, and we're going to a couple of these guys. So Revolution Sunburst, Zion Williamson. This is number 260, PSA 10. Man, I've not followed Zion. I know he's hurt right now. It's just such a depressing thing, man. What could have been? I'm not fully giving up on him, but this is just killer for his market. Like, I think he may have like one shot before people really, really start bailing on him. I know a lot of people have bailed on him already, but geez. Impact Jalen Green, PSA 10, number 149. Giannis Antetokounmpo. This one's like one of the few Revolution parallels that I graded that was not serial numbered, and it came back in 9, so I'm okay with that. It means the best cards are gemming right now, which is really good. I'll take it. Next up, we got a really cool baseball one coming up after this. Zion Williamson, Orange Ice, PSA 10. I've got one more of these in the order. This one's a nice one for any of the baseball guys out there. I know it's Pupini, but Vlad Guerrero Jr. Gold Prism autograph, number 10. I know that we're not in the market of 2020 or 2021, but there's still something special about a gold prism, even though they add it in everything, especially in autographs. So to that, I kind of like it. Oh, patty cakes. Dude, I'm telling you, cheap Patrick Mahomes cards are going to be collected. If he gets another ring and he's number 3, trust me, base cards like this, people are going to start getting PSA 10s just like they do of Jordan, just like they do of Brady. Brace yourselves, guys. You might as well just start loading up on base cards and low inserts, because it's going to be worth grading those and turning dollars into $10, $10 into 20, 30, 40. It's going to be worth it. All right, here's another Gary Payton autographs at PSA 10. Going a little bit quicker than some of my last ones. I don't want to lose some people who don't have a lot of high attention spans. So I know sometimes I can get a little bit winded on these chats. Especially with 300 cards, got to make sure that I'm going through these guys pretty quick. And of course, they have these small boxes, man. For 300 plus cards, you need those big jumbo boxes. Like, don't they know that we're doing some reveals? All right. So it looks like this is going to be a boring box. We're going to have a bunch of these. Just going to go through them really quick. PSA 10, PSA 10. PSA 10. All right, good. We got something switched up. We got a good one coming up. All right, let me catch you up with a couple of these chats. Hey, but what do you clean your cards with? Good question. Yes, so I use a Apple microfiber cloth. It actually comes with either a phone or a MacBook Pro computer, at least it used to. It's like a black microfiber cloth. That's it. That, and if I really need to get some liquid on it, I'll just spit on the card. Dead serious. Just spit shine. That's all it is. I think the Looney Tunes had mentioned that. Spit shine. My Julio Silver Pack got a PSA 9. Man, come on. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I think that they, I don't know. There's some hidden surface issues, I think, on those cards, if I'm not mistaken. PSA doesn't charge you for sending in an encased card if they have to crack it, like the pristine cases. No, they do not, Bob. If you send in, they will open it up on their own. Top sealed, panini sealed, tops encased, doesn't matter. They will open it, and there's no upcharge, or they don't charge that. So because a lot of people will want to send it without it being touched, so that's kind of the purpose. Let's see if I got anything. More of a heritage guy. Oh yeah, no, I've got some heritage stuff. In another video, there's going to be some good heritage stuff that's coming. Yep, appreciate it, Toa. Good evening, friends and fellow cardboard enthusiasts, collectors, and connoisseurs. That's right, Tom. I think this one's for you. I believe that one's yours. Let's see. I have a Rana one of grade. Just wish, I wish they would get down to cheaper stuff. Definitely wish they would get down to cheaper prices. This is the one card that I did poorly on grading, the 2018 Topps Heritage, which for the most part, these are all really clean outside of the centering. So I got a couple of 10s, but there's a string of 9s, so that one's off to left to right. I'll have to look at these as I go, just to see how they go. Off left to right. I was kind of hoping that maybe I could get one of the graders to be somewhat lenient on some of these, because they all have about the same centering. These things are all horribly centered. Left to right on that one. That one looks like it could potentially have gotten Jim, I would think. Let's see, Gabe Velarde, PSA 10, which I think we're going back into the hockey sequence a little bit. And then Gabe Velarde, PSA 9. Now the last couple for this order. This is a nice one. This is something different. So Kenny Lofton, Lou Brock dual autograph from the Topps On Demand dynamic dual set. That one's really cool. There's 2 of those that are great at PSA 10. Then PSA 10 Shohei Ohtani pitching stance. It's a good bread and butter card. Again, buy these 10, 20 bucks, get them graded, maybe have 30, 40 invested in it, sell it for 60, 70, 80. You're not getting rich, but it's pretty consistent and at least predictable. And then, of course, if you can get any of these to Gem Mint, that's where you can get a little bit more margin and hopefully make maybe 100 or so bucks on those. So that one's a good one. All right, 4 boxes in. Actually making some pretty good time on this. All right, as we go, start a Patreon where you get to see what you're buying. Man, I know people have said that before. Dude, I promise. There's a couple of thoughts that I have on what I would like to do. Again, I've said early on I didn't really want to monetize this channel, but at the same time, there's a couple of things that I know I would want to go really in depth on, and even like how I'm selling on eBay, the process that I have, the Excel spreadsheets, the tracking, the reconciliation to make it super, super easy. I know a lot of people get really bogged down by that, but I have a process where it makes it a lot easier. So even doing an in-depth video on that and having it maybe be a member-only type thing, that's what I've thought of, different things like that. What I'm buying like beforehand, I mean, I could do that for sure. Just don't know how many people will be super interested in doing it. That's just kind of depends on what people would want to do. Like if it's just a handful, I wouldn't want to do it, but if there's a significant amount of people, I would do a live stream every Friday and just talk about what I think about the market, what I'm buying right now, what sets I like, what sets I like to grade, all of that different stuff. So this one came back a 6, and again, it's an uncirculated card, so it probably means it has a hidden crease in it, which for the sealed cards, that is, yep, it's got a little surface dent right there in the back. So it's a, yep, you all see that right there. It's one of those things I just don't look at whenever it's a sealed card because these sets have graded really, really well. Chris Bryant, this is a gold refractor PSA 10, did really, really well on Topps Pristine. This card is already sold. Juan Soto autographed gold refractor PSA 10. You guys ready for a show? Here we go. Showtime! And I'm glad they put these in order because I got 2 of them back to back. Let's go. All right, 48 and 47. Cool. All right, these are in somewhat good shape. So let's at least put some of these guys out here. That way maybe we can mix it up and just have, well, nobody can see those. There we go. There, my 2 little shows off to the side. All right, next, Byron Buxton, orange refractor on card autographed jersey, PSA 10. Let's bring my little Josh Allen back in view. Next, Buster Posey autograph patch PSA 10. This is number 15. It's a Pop 1. On-card autograph patches of Buster Posey. On-card autographs of Buster Posey, period. A lot of Giants collectors. A lot of people like it. He's going to be a future Hall of Famer. 2 World Series, if I'm not mistaken. Steven Strasburg. I know his collection is, collector base has fallen a little bit, but it's an on-card autograph patch PSA 10. It's super, super rare. So, I mean, something that I think that would be sought after. This is a Pop 1 Bo Jackson autograph, surprisingly. So I've graded a couple of these, and I've graded a couple parallels, but this is the first base that came back at PSA 10. So really, really, really like that. Steve Carlton, Topps Pristine, a slice of history, or a slice of a star, on-card autograph jersey. And it looks like we are going back to Allen and Ginter. I have a couple of these blacks. I like the blacks better than the regular minis and better than the Allen and Ginter back. This is not the best mini. The best mini that is not like serial numbered or the no number to 50 is the gold. Those golds are incredibly rare. Or if you can get a Ginter X mini, I think those are also really, really sought after. And I have a bunch of those getting graded. But yeah. All right, let's catch up on some questions as we move some of these cards out of the way. All right. I have the Pristine Gold non-auto Soto. Yep. Yeah, I love those Pristine Powers, man. What a cool insert set. Super, super cool insert set for sure. That may be the third Juan Soto that I've graded that's a PSA 10. Between the base, the orange, the gold, like between all of them. All right, this is just going to be a string of 10s. Just to catch up, hey there, I love what you do. When you are prepping raw cards and wiping down, do you ever notice white particles flying onto the surface with any move you make? Yeah, so depending on the light that you are in, yes, you will definitely see that. So recommend good quality light. That way, one, you can detect that. So it sounds like you have it. The best light source to me is sunlight. The second best light source is some type of bright white light. The yellow lights from a lamp, they're not going to cut it. So good light source. But then depending on the cloth that you use, some of these cloths will be shedding, and they'll shed different like particles and fibers and even just carry dust in them. I highly recommend getting a microfiber cloth, and not just any. Like even if you go to Walmart and get a microfiber cloth, it's not that good. Even if you go to the little lens crafter store that's in a Walmart and get something to wipe off the glasses, that to me is still not good enough. I don't think those things do a good job. Literally, keep going back to this, Apple makes the best microfiber cloth for wiping off electronics. I swear by it. I've got 2 of them because I've bought a couple of different Apple products that contain that black cloth in it. I don't have it handy, otherwise I'd show you. But that will absolutely take care of it, and it will wipe off all that stuff. But first, you need to make sure that you're wiping it off by having a good light source. So you got to be in the right light, otherwise you're not going to be able to see it. And that's with anything. Cards like this, you won't really see a lot of surface wear because it just doesn't attract it. It's more the chrome type cards that you have to spend a lot of time cleaning. This stuff, literally, pull it from a bubble mailer, throw it in a top loader, penny sleeve, card saver, boom, out to PSA. That's what I love about non-chrome stuff, is because you literally don't have to wipe this stuff down at all. You can see it's just gem rate, gem. So hopefully that answered the question. Does PSA ding if a white particle is on the card but can... So I can't verify this, but people have said that PSA is supposed to wipe it off. They apparently said that in a one of their live streams or whatever podcast that they have. I don't trust that because they basically say that they wipe down fingerprints or any particles if they see it. I mean, that could be the case, but I wipe everything down, man. But yes, if they have a particle or crumb on it, it will be on there, or they'll ding it. There's a couple of them that are kind of baked into the surface. It's like a little white particle that you kind of have to take your fingernail and claw off. It's not something that easily wipes off. Those are kind of rare. It's like if a card has been stuck on a stack of something and it just kind of buries into the surface, those you got to claw out on your own, because I'm sure PSA isn't going to dig those out. I mean, they're easy to come off. You just take your fingernail and just scratch it off. Be careful. Don't scratch the card. Don't dig too deep. But they'll ding the surface on those for sure. All right, just simply keep your cocoa. That's pretty funny. Actually, 2010 Topps Chrome came with cocaine in the pack, for those of you who remember. There's 2010 Topps Chrome, and I think also 2010 Bowman Chrome, the fall release. That came with cocaine straight in the pack. At least some white powder. I never snorted it to figure it out, so. But it was in there. All right. Welcome to everyone who is continuing to join in. Hopefully you guys are having a good week, good night. Baseball season is back. Football season is not. Basketball season's starting to heat up to the playoffs. That's about the only time that I'll begin caring about it. So, you know, whenever it comes to sports, Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl. And we got baseball coming. So 2023 is off to a good year, assuming we don't get another bug that shuts everything down, which that probably won't ever happen again. This card is already sold as well. I believe I sold this one for $120 on eBay earlier today, so I got to get that one boxed up and shipped out. PSA 9 Dominators. This, hoping that was going to come back at 10, so I mean, it's okay. This is a card I actually undersold. I sold this on eBay $79.99. Stupidly, I just kind of looked to see what they're going for. Apparently, they're going way, way more than that. Apparently, home run number 60 is worth more than 61, and it's worth more than 62. I mean, I only paid like $10. Actually, I think I got it free as a throw-in for an expensive card that I bought, so I'll take it. These were throw-ins towards the end, so I got a lot of these I just got in like big lots that I bought. So this is Jonathan Kuminga. If I sell this card for $25, I'll be happy. All these cards graded $15 per card. This is not an order that's $18 order. It's not the $19 order. This is still a $15 order that I'm revealing. I sent this off literally. It arrived November 29th, and I'm just now getting it back. You can see the serial numbers in 6.9. If you go to eBay, you can actually see there's serial numbers of 7.1 and 7.2 that are beginning to come back. So 2 million cards have been processed at PSA before this order got back in my hand, which is kind of a little bit of a letdown if you ask me, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, I got this back in, you know, under 3 months, I guess. So pretty happy with that, all things considered. Another Owen Power canvas. These have kind of crashed. You know, I don't. These hockey guys are finicky, man. They either got to be killing it or they're not. I mean, this is a very fickle sport, and they're making a lot of it. So, I mean, it's not like these things hold their value because they just, Upper Deck is just cranking the presses on this. All they got to make is hockey. So they're like, we're going to make as much money as we can. But I think they're killing their golden goose right now. More of these Julio Rodríguez's. I got a couple of these, and yeah, probably went 60 or 70% gem on those, so I got 2 of those. I love these, by the way. Love them, love them. They're not overprinted. This is technically the first Topps Chrome card that he has. It's the Topps Silver Pack. Well, it's not. No, it's not. It's from Update. Scratch that. That was not smart. His first one actually is the Topps Chrome. And that's just short print. So, Owen Power PSA 9, then Owen Power PSA 9. So, one of those PSA 9s I also have sold. All right, running out of places to put the cards. So I guess I'll put them here. And we'll go into another box. We really about halfway through this thing. It's crazy. All right. Let's see. I remember Bowman Brent remembers that powder. Woo! That's some good crack back then, dude. I remember Blowout had a Black Friday special where you could buy 2010 Bowman Chrome boxes with USA autographs and prospects for $32. I remember that was one of the. I don't buy wax a lot, but I was just like, hey, you know, I'll open some packs and get some crack for $32. So, kind of cool. But yeah. No more crack. We don't want crack on the cards. Also, that year, those cards were super warped out of the pack. Depending on the set that you got, whether it's the Bowman Chrome was kind of warped, but Topps Chrome was very warped. All right, so as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is the regular version, card 115, card 375, the MLB debut. That is a short print. Then card 342, which is the 2005 International Signing design. That is not, I wouldn't say super short print, but it's like in between short print and super short print because it's more rare than the MLB debut. And I think that those are, for those who are sick of all this chrome crap that keeps coming out, that's all people know what to do. Anybody seen Pupini is coming out with a Prism game board where you open packs of cards that are Prism, but they're gaming cards, and it's actually on a board. Like, literally, they are chroming the crap out of everything. Pretty soon, they're going to make chrome Prism toilet paper to wipe our butt with. Oh, they actually make that. It's called Panini Prism boxes. So I'm just tired of all the chrome stuff out there. So if you like the old school designs and heritage, I know some people said heritage. I love the old school designs. Because chrome cards, that Topps just can't make chrome anymore. They don't know how. They originated it 30 years ago. They just don't know how anymore. I don't know why. They don't etch it anymore. So to me, it's not chrome. It's not chrome if it's not etched. And it's also not chrome if you got surface scratches on it. Because I don't want a chrome card that has scratches on it. Why would I want a chrome card that has scratches on it? So I like this old school stuff. And there's not a lot of it compared to the other stuff. I mean, unless you're talking about base Topps, well, there's maybe a million Julio Rodríguez rookies out there. So maybe I don't want to stick around with the base, but archives, heritage, you know, even Stadium Club. Stadium Club is a tough grade. I'm staying away from that, but I do have some Stadium Club Chrome. As I'm knocking on Chrome, I do have a lot of Stadium Club Chrome Julios, including a couple of refractors. I have about 9 or 10 of the Chromes out getting graded right now. Got a ton of Julio stuff. So, having said that, I do like the non-chrome stuff, which this entire box is the exact same card. Well, at least they're kind of in order, which that's a good thing. All right, all these are on eBay. I just flooded eBay, so I may not ever sell any of them. Okay, let's see. Got a couple other. Yeah, Rob, that Posey is super, super nice, man. Autograph patch, it's one of my favorite ones that I submitted for sure. Hoping that a Giants fan appreciates it and ends up jumping on it. So, all right, let's see what other ones we got on here. Dang, I should have picked a few more of those Judge Topps now. Yeah, I know. I got one of them. I meant to buy a couple of them, but yeah, that top 6, the 60 home run one is en fuego. Okay, always wipe down your cards and immediately into a brand new sleeve. Yep, agree with that, Toa, for sure. I would rather have an Independence Day. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Independence Day parallel all the way over Chrome Gold. Well, because now they have Topps Chrome. They have Topps Chrome Update, and there's usually a rookie debut and a regular. And then they have Topps Chrome Cosmic, which I love. I do love Topps Chrome Cosmic. That's like my favorite one of the year, even though it's new, and it kind of looks like Bowman's Best and Topps Chrome, you know, had sex and had a baby. But then there's also the Topps Chrome Sonic, which I thought was a joke, but it turns out it's real. I mean, and then there's the Silver Pack Chrome Golds, and it's like, we got Ben Baller. Ben Baller just dropped. Gilded Topps Chrome just dropped. I'm like, what is happening? This is crazy. Yeah, so then you have the Bowman Chrome. So Julio has a Bowman Chrome. And then we have Bowman Chrome X, which I have a very nice Julio Bowman Chrome X. I shared it on Blowout, so if anybody's on Blowout, you may have seen it in the Julio thread. You're going to see it coming here pretty soon, maybe in the next month from PSA. I haven't sent it off yet, but you're going to see. Red refractor style from Bowman Chrome X. And I am, love it. It's definitely the most expensive Julio that I have, but it will be a nice one. Oh, wow. Okay, that's not on the card. That's just the case. Okay. I was like, whoa, my card got screwed. But yeah, it's on the case. Case got screwed. Another silver PSA 10. Back to these guys. I'm going through these really quick because I know nobody wants to see these. They are all super boring. I may have gone over. So if I glanced over one of these, I have one of these that's the color swap parallel. There is a rare color swap. I apologize if I went over it already. I don't mean to, but it's a Pop 1 card. It's super freaking rare because they do not show up. And honestly, I'm colorblind. I can't tell the difference of which one's a color swap. It's red and green, and I'm red-green colorblind. I mean, I'm not really red-green colorblind, but the tests say that I am, and apparently I can't see the color swap, so maybe I am. I don't know. I fail all the colorblind tests whenever it comes to red-green stuff. But if it is in here, I will show everyone that it is in here. So we got a couple more of these blacks, and then we've got another mini. All right, yeah, we got plenty of boxes left. We got all kinds of stuff. yeah, there's going to be a ton of autographs in here still to go. It's not just going to be all this Julio Rodríguez base. We've already got a couple. So you can see there's another Shohei autograph in here. There's some Aaron Judge autograph. There's some good stuff coming. We're not done with it. It's just we got to go through some of these ugly ones. Yeah, looks like we got more of these. All right, we'll go through these really quick because you guys just love seeing this card, I'm sure. All right, this is nice. There's 8 of these out there, so pop 8, Topps Pristine. Finally, I got a couple of these that are actually grade worthy, so that was nice. I got 2 of them here. So I got 2 of the 8. This is a nice Griffey coming up. I love this card. Super, super clean, blue refractor. I just gotta say, I haven't mentioned this, but this feels like the way that PSA used to grade cards. So, you know, you'll see some different pop report, or at least gem rates that are out there. This feels like how PSA used to grade, man. I would consistently get high 70s, low 80%. And it's just stuff that, you know, I know is going to do well. Now, I'll occasionally get a curveball like this where, you know, I'll get an 8 on something. Actually, they put that one in plastic, which is kind of weird. That's kind of, I haven't seen that. But Mike Trout, so this one is a purple refractor. I sold this one, so that one is gone. But, yeah, man, this feels just like how PSA would normally grade back in 2019, 2018. So this is a super thick card. This is that Topps Project 100. And I apologize, I never got a chance to do the raw card video on these, so I know a lot of these are brand spanking new to the channel in terms of cards that you haven't seen hit the channel yet. This is a rough patch, 9.9. This one came back in 8, and I think I'm going to crack this one. This is a super short print for Mike Trout. I'm cracking this. I don't think that card's an 8. That's one I disagree with. This is a Pop 19. There's only 3 PSA 10s. It looks like they're getting these cards top to bottom. This is the variation, the Terminator variation. Throwback Thursday Terminator. Man, I was hoping that one would come back PSA 10, but apparently it's a tough grade. So I got a couple more of these silver packs. Again, they are kind of all over the place, but PSA 10s on these are 150 plus. A couple of them may go 120, a couple maybe go 170, but I think that's a good settling point for these. These are, you know, cards that people like. This one's a 5, which means it probably has a surface. Yep, it does. It's got it right there. And if I recall, I think I remember seeing that, but that's what happens. If you got one of those on the back of your card, that means it's a 5 or a 6 at best. PSA 9. So these are about $60 as PSA 9s. So I know this one also has a crease. I remember that, but I sent another one with it. So they know, but I think it's like a crease on the front or back. Can't remember, but I'll just show you the good one. It's the PSA 10. Again, $15 a card. I'll throw one in there just to make sure the grader catches it, and then be like, oh, this one looks better. It's PSA 10. So then we've got PSA 10 Mini. All right, we are rolling through here. We are rolling, cruising through. Hopefully everybody can see these okay. All right, let's see. Waiting on Panini Prism Kanye. Oh my gosh. That's funny. That is so freaking funny. All right, let's get a couple of questions in the chat. All right, encased cards. So it just depends on the set, Garrett. Like Topps Pristine is one of the cleanest freaking sets. Topps Black, Topps Chrome Black, very, very clean. But 2022 is cleaner than 2021, which is cleaner than 2020. So again, the gem rates are going to vary by year. You just have to get familiar. Like each individual set may have surface scratches on it that you know or don't know is prone to that set. So in general, the answer is yes, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a gem mint card. So it's just one of those things you just gotta know like what set to go after, which one not. Like this set right here, all of these cards, I have like a 90% gem rate on these because these are just so clean, but they came encased. The Topps Pristine autographs that were not encased, horrible. Well, I won't say horrible, but like 50% gem rate because again, they're in packs, people are handling them. I don't know, just different. All right, this is one. I know it came back a 6, and I know why. Interestingly, though, this got through eBay authentication And it's kind of annoying because this card has like one of those surface dent creases on the back. And again, this goes through eBay authentication, that goes to CSG. They authenticate it. Just makes you question, like, what's the purpose of this program? Is it if the card was crumbled, do they okay it? Like, it looks like they're just, it's just authenticating the cards. Like, it doesn't matter what condition they're in. Like, this is just, that shouldn't go through if the card is described as near mint, but hey, I wanted to get it graded. I wasn't going to, I mean, you can't return it. It's not like you can do anything. So, seller got one on me on that one, but, you know, at least I got this. Try to make a little bit back on the Xander Bogaerts. Let's see. Well, I'll get to a couple of these after I go through. All right, Julio PSA 10. Got a couple of those. Gold refractor, old Fat Albert. Unfortunately, it's the wrong uniform. It's where he did his little stint with the Dodgers. So not as sought after as a Cardinals uniform. Angels is next, and then whatever you can get out of the Dodgers, I guess. This one's kind of cool. Finest Flashbacks Flamethrowers. There's not many of these out there either, I don't think. It's just the base, but again, it's a limited print run. So I love this. They actually etched this card. There's etching. There's lining around him. There's etching in the background. This is a chrome card. Same thing with this. The Finest Flashbacks. Etching. Chrome. Love it. Just love these vibes. The one thing they didn't do with this set is the protective peel. Although I think this is the 95 set. So I don't think... Well, yeah, they actually had protective peels back then. They had the fake parallel protective peel numbered to 15. Well, that's kind of a joke. Whatever. All right, here's a monster Julio coming up. It is already sold. But this is a monster. This set is so highly sought after in Topps Chrome for autographs and the regular cards. And there's a lot of the autographs have surface flaws on them. Just looking at the raw ones where you can see them in the angle. This one, man, I'm so happy it came back PSA 10. I gave the guy a good deal on it because he bought 3 other Soto autographs from me in this, including like 2 of the gold refractors. But this is a collector's set right here. This is a big one right here. So, like that. It's like 4 Soto autographs in here. Love this set. Unfortunately, the autograph signers on this set are not that great. But Dustin Pedroia, MVP, Red Sox, on-card autograph. It's like MLB debut. I think that's super cool. I was buying these for like $15-20. So, that's super cool. Back to the short print / super short print card. Again, this is the one to get. If you're buying a base Julio card, in my opinion, I like this one in terms of just, doesn't matter if the card is, paper stock or whatever. This is the paper stock base card that I prefer. And then this is probably the second one. I just love these archives and heritage ones. The heritage parallels, of course, I love those. If you can get them in gem mint grade, it's just a tougher grade. So that's why you don't see a lot of them that are in my hand. This is the second Donnie Baseball. Again, Pop 4. I have 2 of them in this order. And here is another beautiful Shohei Ohtani. This is the second one that I've graded, and then they both came back PSA 10. So this is the second one. The other one I sold for $1,000-ish. I want to say it was $1,000. Love this dude. Anytime you can get some on-card Shoheis, I'm going to show them off, man. We are showing off on-card Shoheis. They will be here just to stay. All right, next. We've got Julio Rodríguez, that one's a 9. And rounding up the caboose of this box, PSA 9, Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie De La Cruz. Alright, which his stuff has not moved this spring. Him and Jackson both. But somebody, like Anthony Volpe, he had a big game today. Apparently he had like a double, a single. I think he had a stolen base or so. Hype on him starting to get crazy. Jordan Walker had, I think, a walk-off home run, or... He's getting hot, but I think that Jackson and Ellie, they just have a lot of stuff out there. And Jordan Walker and Anthony, yes, they have a lot, but it's not as much graded out there. And a lot of it's kind of dried up. It's already gone through that maturation phase of drying up a little bit, where people are getting fresh stacks of Ellie and Jackson back as we speak. So, I mean, it's kind of flooding the market, and it's kind of making it tough to appreciate and value. This is a biggie. I know these are base, but people will really try to go after these championship ticket cards because, again, the championship ticket or, whatever from the Contenders 2017 or the Tom Brady 2000, like everybody wants that championship ticket or the, whatever tickets, the rare one. And then they'll want to complete the set. So there's a lot of set completionists out there, number to 99, try and get the PSA 10 run. So I like trying to buy these parallels and selling them. These are the cool ones to collect. This, if you're collecting and not just flipping, but if you're collecting, these are cards right here to collect. In my opinion, if I was collecting Patrick Mahomes, this would be one of the cards I would try to go after in PSA 10, for sure. Got some Kang. This Kang is sold. I believe I sold that one for 90. I think the values on those have decreased a little bit. Oh, I got a big one coming up. Big, big, big one. It's a vintage Hall of Fame autograph of some dead guy. You won't be able to see it all that well, though. I know it's Leaf, but it is Jolton Joe DiMaggio. Jolton Joe. PSA 9. So I was hoping to get a PSA 10 on this one, but it is a Pop 1, I believe. I don't think that any of these have been graded. So this one, again, was encased in a Beckett case. So I cracked it out and submitted it raw. And Beckett case, it wasn't graded. The product comes encased by Beckett, so just to clarify. Ronald Acuna Jr., Topps Tech autograph, PSA 9. Topps Tech autograph, PSA 9. I'm going to catch up with some of the questions here in a second. I know I'm pretty behind just from the looks of it. This one's a PSA 8. Not really sure. These cards are usually clean. I don't know if these are worth PSA 8. So there's only a handful in here that I disagree with. This is probably one of them. I don't really know what's up with that. There's another one, a big one I'm going to disagree with. I may pop it out. PSA 10 rookie performers. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Show me. Got some rookies and some autographs. I wish I had some rookie autographs. I wish that was a real autograph, but it's not a real autograph. It'd be cool if it was. But I got 3 of these PSA 10s. That's pretty nice. And then I got a 9. All right, the next card is going to be one that I'm a little bit disappointed in. So this one came back at PSA 8. It is the lowest graded ever at PSA. And it's numbered, it's the Black Refractor PSA 9. It is, of course, the Rookie Cup. So I really like to get that one graded higher. I don't know why it's PSA 8. I really don't know. Surprising, head scratcher. But again, they did me kind of dirty on these heritage ones. I didn't get as many gems on this, so this actually dragged the gem rate down. Got one PSA 10 here, which is a nice purple. Then this is a low end patty, so I don't know. I must have missed a ding on the back, maybe. Oh yeah! Wow. I don't know if I did that. I'm sure I just missed it. I hope you all can see that. Yeah, you can't really pick it up, but the corner's just mangled. So it's something I could have missed. I'm not perfect. All right, PSA 10. I sold this one also. So I sold this one to a guy who bought a couple of my Shoheis out of this. So that one's gone. All right. Let's catch up on some questions because I know looks like I'm a little bit farther behind on these. So, Tyler, are you consigning any of these? Nope. All of these are on my eBay channel. So, if you're eBay page, if you're on eBay, it is just SHORTSLABS, no spaces. That is my eBay page. All these are going to be on there. No consignment, man. I know I got to do the Probstein video, and I've also got to do how much did I make in 2020 and how much did I make in 2021. I'm getting a ton of eBay orders right now. Me selling these things on my own is taking up a little bit of time, but I think it's well worth it. It's well worth it. I've got some pretty good content coming your all's way, just talking about why you kind of need to stop consigning right now, because doing buy it now best offer and just kind of milking things out, you're really able to squeeze out a little bit more margin. Okay, a couple more questions. Gotta make sure. All right, Cosmic Gold, Bin Baller Gold, Logo Fractor. Yeah, I know, there's a ton of them, Bowman Brent. Waiting, Panini, Kanye. All right, for your PSA submissions, would you rather submit one submission of 100 cards or 5 submissions? I would rather do one submission of 100. I don't want to submit 400 plus. Those orders are taking forever. They're taking way too long. I have an order from October that still is not back. It's in research. I've got another order that was just logged yesterday. I DM'd Nat Turner and said, hey, dude, can you help me with some of my orders because they're not moving. Nat answered, well, not ASAP, but the next day, and he plugged me in with the right people, and literally the orders moved in 24 hours. So thank God. Like, I will say, Nat is super responsive. I hate reaching out. I used to be in a leadership position. I would never want to be in frontline operations and have to reach up to the top person. It's not what I do. But these orders were not going anywhere, and I was with PSA customer service forever, and they just were not getting through at all. So I just went above them to Nat. Nat pushed things through. So I had a 2022 order logged yesterday, or the day before yesterday. It took over nearly 2 months to log, going from arrived to the research stage. I'm like, geez, guys, what are we doing? So I don't know how I got off on that tangent. But yes, I would rather do 100. I don't want to do 20 because the shipping fees just back and forth. It just eats you alive. So 100's a good sweet spot. Yeah, smaller does come back faster. You nailed it, Broman Brent. That's it. Tyler, no consigning. Got some early 90s Griffins I want to grade. Nothing big. Heck yeah, dude. Early 90s, though, they're grading it tough right now. Bought the Julio Update SP with the Gatorade bath. It went through authentication. It came back as authentic, which is had... Yeah, dude, they are not paying attention to those at all through the authentication thing at all. It's annoying. Came back PSA 9, so I wasn't too upset because I thought it would 8. Yeah, if it has that type of flaw, it usually would. What if Ernest buying those Sotos? Man, I don't understand that one unless there's a typo. There might be a typo there. Heritage was rough last year. Yes, it was. What's up, Ruru? Yes, the Joe DiMaggio was a monster. That was such a cool card. So, just for clarification, or at least what my intent with this order was, and I think I just bailed on this last minute, I was actually going to have this order be a PSA break. And what I was going to have it be is 318 cards. I snuck in the last 14 cards are for my buddy. So he's got 14 of them in here at the tail end, some low end stuff. But I was just going to have this be, again, one of those breaks where random slot, 318 people pay whatever the slot price is. And that's going to be kind of what it is. And that's why I put in like Joe DiMaggio autographs. So I put big ticket items like this. So I put big ticket items like that. Of course, I'm going to get upcharged on it. I'm not trying to sneak this stuff by PSA. I want them to upcharge me. Don't mind. But I don't want to just send low-end stuff, because if I want to run one of these breaks eventually, I want to have big ticket item stuff in there where you pay, you know, $100, and this box probably would have been about $155 a card. But so if I did that, $150 slot, you have a chance at getting a $10,000 Josh Allen, or these, the last couple of Pure Powers have sold for $1,000. At the same time, you could pay $150 and run a chance at getting a $70 Julio Rodríguez PSA 10. So, you know, that would be kind of a fun thing to do. It would be a fun break, but I kind of bailed again last minute because I have a stack of orders coming. This was about a $6,000 order, and I've got 2 more that are about to pop, and it's about to blow my credit card up to about 20 grand. So I'm like, okay, I need to start selling some of this stuff. So I don't have time to wait on 318 people to commit to, you know, $150, $160 slot price for a break like this. So might as well just break this one. We'll see if I can squeeze in a PSA break at some point. The next one may be a good one because it's an 85 card order, and I have 5 Shohei Ohtani autographs in it. And I've got like 1 or 2 Mike Trouts, like 1 or 2 Aaron Judge autographs. Like, it is a monster. It's all encased cards with some Julio Rodríguez cards sprinkled in. This is a variation. Yeah, of course it's a variation. It shows on the label. Variation, Wander Franco. I think it's a pop 2 or 3 maybe. So that's a nice one. But yeah, this one was going to be a break. I do not use magnifiers or loops, David. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I just don't. I know some people do, and I don't recommend against it. But if you're comfortable with looking at different stuff, like the corners, I'm usually pretty good at. What really will occasionally get me is, again, those just surface things on the back where if I don't hit it in the right light, you know, that'll get you every now and then. I mean, you've seen it here. There's a couple cards in here that have those. A couple of them I knew about, a couple of them I didn't know about. So this is a cool one. Red Prism. There's already like 22 or 23 of these graded PSA 10, the red version, surprisingly. So red Julio. And then the last one in the order, we're going back to Joshi. Whoop! Don't want these guys to fall. last one in the order is a PSA 10 Introductions Absolute. So that one's pretty nice. All right. There's a couple more questions I want to get to. Looks like we got 4 more boxes. I'm sure 3 of them are full, and then maybe one's a partial. Maybe. So let's see. Let the consignment companies die. Absolutely. And it's not that I'm against it. One, there's just too many of them that have popped up. But I'll keep seeing people sending stuff off to Golden that sells for $1,000 or $2,000, and I'm like, why are you doing that? One of the videos I'm going to make is why you shouldn't do it, but one of the points in the video is I'm honestly not convinced that these auction companies and auction houses can get more hammer prices than eBay. Like take home after fees, everything. Again, I touched on it in a previous fee-related video. There was a Golden's new auction versus eBay. The fees are just incredibly advantageous for eBay, especially once you go over $2,500, because the fees drop to 2.5% after $2,500 if you have a basic store or higher, which it makes sense if you're doing volume to have a basic store. It's not that expensive. So, but Golden is still charging a war price. Like their margin on that is still like 10, 11, 12% above, compared to eBay, where your effective rate is like 5, 6, 4, 5, 6%. This is a cool one. Cherry Blossom Trout. This is, I want to say, is this the first, this may be the second year they did the Japan edition, but it's a Cherry Blossom number 99. It's kind of like an Independence Day, except Japanese, I guess. I don't even know. I know Cherry Blossom, is that a tree? I don't know, man, but it's kind of cool. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan at all. It doesn't matter if it's low-end or high-end stuff. The auction houses, absolutely not. But consigners on eBay, dude, the big con right now is they're just auctioning stuff off, and auctions right now are getting hammered. I mean, talked about that previously. Some stuff is doing well at auction, but you can't auction all this stuff off at one time like I could a couple years ago. I could just blow through stuff and, it would just bring amazing prices or be stable. Right now you're really cannibalizing yourself if you auction stuff off and blow through it. And at the same time, I had issues with Probstein. He owed me $20,000 for a significant part of last year. It took 6 months to recover that. So that's kind of the big deal with me and Probstein and why I don't use him anymore. In addition to that, I sent a order to DC Sports. A raw card order is about $800 to $1,000 of rejects. That order never got listed, ever. The cards are gone. And also Probstein, probably in the time that I've used him, he's sold probably over $500,000 to $600,000 of cards for me. He's lost about $2,000 to $3,000 worth. So in the end, it is a very small percentage, but he's lost about $2,000 to $3,000. He has lost an optic PSA 10 Patrick Mahomes of mine back whenever they were selling for $1,500. This is 2 years ago. He lost a Lamar Jackson PSA 10 of mine, which I had a bunch of them. One of them, for whatever reason, I never got paid out on, and it was lost. That's back when they were selling for 5, 6, 7. So, and there's just a bunch of other things that just have gotten lost and never got paid out reports for. So, I don't think that people are stealing anything. It's just they can't. They have a difficult time keeping track with everyone in terms of what did they send. When do we pay them out? Have we trued up their account? And I can't let $20,000 float for 6 months. And I can't constantly keep going back to you saying, hey, you owe me 20 grand, give me my money. And have them just say, okay, we're looking at it. No, at that point I need to start pushing pressure on you legally. So, once I started ratcheting that up, I'm like, okay. Now I got somebody on it, and they trued up my account almost instantaneously within a week. So this is a really cool one, by the way. Johnny Bench. No, basically just spilled the beans on the Probstein stuff there. But again, I'll make a video on it, because I'll just show all that stuff. How they paid me, how I reconcile the payments, how I keep track of it. Low battery. All that stuff. So I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. It's unfortunate because I really, really like Probstein's service. He did a great job, I gave him a lot of press. I popularized his model, and I'm sure I made him a lot of money because people were like, oh, okay, let's use Probstein as a consigner. And I'm sure his business blew up. He's getting, 8, 9, 10% on every card he sells. He's very wealthy right now. Him, Golden, all of them have done really, really well. And I gave him a lot of free marketing. But, dude, your free marketeer person that you didn't have to pay a dime to, all I asked is just for you to do proper service and not lose cards and pay me on time. Eventually, that well kind of ran dry. Even after 6 months of someone who has been a pretty big submitter to you. Like, we've done almost $500,000 in business together, if not more. That's just me shooting from the hip on that. And you don't true up my account? That burns me. It's like, it took me having to ratchet the pressure up on you to get paid out. No bueno. No bueno. This one's not mine. This is a buddy's card. So, I didn't submit that. Not that it matters. All right, PSA 10 Silver Portrait. If we band together, the consignment companies will go under. Dude, I'm kind of right there with you, man. I can't really vouch for any of them right now. I mean, I'm sure there's people that do a good service, but it's not that they're all inherently bad. They're also not offering value either. Like, if you have your own eBay store and you become a top-rated seller and you sell on your own, if you're selling volume like this, that 1% and 2% difference between paying the consigner and paying eBay. Now, before, if you weren't a top-rated seller and you don't have a store discount, it's a wash. Like, the fees literally are nearly advantageous for you to use a consigner. But if you're a top-rated seller and you get that 1% discount or 10% discount, and you have another store or an eBay store and you get an additional discount, dude, that, I'm telling you, 1% makes a big difference. If you sell $400,000 in cards, that's $4,000. Now, people could say, all right, I'd rather pay $4,000 and have somebody else do it. But at the same time, there's other benefits to it where if I control what I sell, I can put stuff buy it now best offer and field the prices instead of auctioning them off wholesale. And lately, whenever I use 4 Sharp Corners was awesome. But for whatever reason, their auctions suck. They got the lowest price out of anybody. I mean, I was watching auctions end and my jaw was dropping. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. I remember in the summer, I would get Ellie de la Cruz Sapphires back, and I was selling PSA 10 Ellie de la Cruz Sapphires for like $60. This is brand new, spanking hot. The market still isn't down yet. I ended up selling them on my own. I'm getting 125 to 150 a pop on them. Buy it now, best offer, just waiting for people to buy them. I'm like, why is 4 Sharp Corners just getting slaughtered? Why are my auctions getting slaughtered? Like, I'm not making any money using them at all. Some cards would do well, but in general, they would just not do well. And I'm like, dude, screw this, man. I'm not giving my cards away. Like, I'm going to sell them on my own and get the prices I want out of them. Or at least not blow them out at cheap prices. So that's kind of what I went there. Tag and bag, Sally, this consignment company. That's it, man. I mean, I don't know how they lose stuff either. Now, granted, I never went to them, and this is, to be fair to Probstein, part of it's on me. I never went to them and said, hey, you lost my cards. Where are they? Like, me being a responsible adult probably should have done that. So, if I'd have done that, maybe they would have found them, or maybe they would have found it in different ports. Now, they did occasionally not give me the correct payout report where they put a couple of they had missing cards in the payout report where I did go back to them and say, hey, you did not pay me out completely because I have everything that I sent you and I saw that it sold. This is the sale. Like 5 or 6 auctions are missing in this payout report. So again, you literally, that's the thing, your work is not finished. You have to reconcile every record with your records to make sure that your consigner is doing what you need them to do. So a lot of people just send stuff and be like, hands off, I don't want to be hands on. No, you have to be hands on. You're basically managing your consigner. And if they're not doing what their job is to do, then you got to fire them. Do it on your own. Fortunately, that's how it is. If you want something done right, do it yourself. So it's kind of what I end up finding out. But consigners were good during the boom. You literally throw them anything. If they lose $2,000 in cards, who cares? You're making $20,000, $30,000 an order on big orders. I mean, it was just a heyday where it's like, can't even believe that the money is real kind of thing. But yeah, those days are just kind of long gone. So unfortunately now every percent matters as fees are going up, grading fees are going up. You know, outside of this, the pop report's kind of bad. These are my buddy's cards. These are not mine. This one is not mine. This Oscar Colas is not mine. Oh, I wish it was. It'd be kind of nice. I wish this was mine right now. I'd have that on eBay. That's not mine. This is not mine. All right, we'll go through all these that are not. One of my buddies, he bought a complete set of this 2018 Topps Chrome update and graded all the goodies, of course, so he did good on those. Okay. I'm not all the way. I think I have one box after this. Yep, got one box. So I'll make sure I answer some of the questions before we wrap this up. PSA 10 Golden Boy. This is a Pop 5, actually. So declined a $30 offer on this. I'm looking for $40 on that. Bowman. Let's see. Sounds like a lot of workers and competent workers. I think that they're just getting slammed with business. Like, the card boom happened so big, and people were just sending orders, kind of like they were sending PSA, and stuff was just lost, and they just... I truly think they're doing the best they can. I don't think anything malicious is happening. I'm not throwing old Ricky under the bus. Again, it just got to the point where their services were so bogged down that it was no longer advantageous for me to use them, especially whenever it was taking them so long to pay me out, and they were losing some of my cards. DC Sports, I don't know what happened with that. Again, $1,000 worth of raw cards gone. Never got it. Not cool. Pretty unfortunate. So I did not reach out to an attorney, but I basically worded in an email, okay, if I don't get paid, I'm going to be seeking, or going down an avenue that essentially leads to, some type of legal action, letter, demand letter, etc. So again, that's the importance of reconciling your records, because if I had not sent an email to them showing that I had reconciled everything and I clearly showed these are all the payout reports that you gave me, this is my banking records that show what you paid me when you're supposed to, there's a $20,000 delta here. It's actually $21,000 if I recall. Okay. So they came back and they actually are like, no, it's actually like $20,567 because some of these are relisted here. So they did a beautiful job on their end reconciling it after they got on the case. They were on it. They figured it out really, really quick. But it took 6 months. And again, 20 grand in limbo. I was not happy about that at all. Like, at all. So... again, frustrating. I emailed Rick. I emailed the lady who was running my account like multiple times. Sometimes it'd take a week, 2 weeks to get back. Sometimes they'd say we have it tomorrow. Just excuse after excuse after excuse. Finally, I just ratcheted up the pressure. Finally got it. When is the time to sell patties? Man, not right now. Do not sell Patrick Mahomes right now. Even though he has a Super Bowl, just like the last Super Bowl, just like anybody who wins a Super Bowl, the short-term cycle is going to be right around August, right before as the hype is building for the new year. All the talk shows are going to be talking about how he's the greatest young quarterback. Is he going to chase Brady? Is he going to chase Montana? I mean, they're already doing that. But peak, right now, basketball is starting to take a little bit of attention. Nikola Jokic, Steph Curry. Baseball right now is on fuego. I've sold 3 of these Juan Sotos today. I listed them today. They're gone. I mean, he hit 2 home runs today. So people are doing crazy stuff in spring training, people are just selling cards like that. So for the really nice stuff, this is just me. I would stash away the really, really nice stuff that is going to be hard to find. I think it's getting to the point where some of the Patrick Mahomes stuff I'll use Tom Brady as an example. It's the last box, by the way, so I'll go slow as I answer some questions. And I hope that this is not all... Okay, good. All right, I got some good cards in here, so we'll finish on a good note. So if you look at Tom Brady, of course, everybody goes to the Bowman Chrome Refractor. They go to the SP Authentic. They go to the SPX. They go to the Contenders and all the variations of that. Of Of course, those are the big cards, but if you look at the Donruss Elite Parallels or the Certified Rookies or the the Metal, which isn't even numbered, if you look at all those and you look at some of the inserts or some of the just parallels that are numbered to 500 or less, those cards, even in crappy condition, they come up so infrequently, they're going to do well. So this is my prediction with Patrick Mahomes. The Patrick Mahomes stuff that is rare, is highly volatile, the national treasures, the contenders, you're going to have people continuing to pump that stuff, and it's going to go up and down, up and down. Stay away from it. I would not invest in it because there's too many people pumping it up. Stay away. But there's a tier below that, which that's probably the Prism Parallels and maybe the Optic Parallels. Again, even those, maybe stay away. But there's going to be some of the lesser rookies where there may be an insert parallel. I'm thinking of like a Stellar Rookies red parallel, number 99. I think any red parallel that you can get of Mahomes in a rookie card, whether it's the Stellar, the Rookies, and I'm blanking on all his other ones that he has out there. The Optic, Gridiron Kings, the Illusions, all those. I got sweaty hands. All of those are going to do so freaking well long term, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of parallels out there. I sold this one already. I sold this for $225 earlier today. This was numbered at 49. I think those are going to be the ones to really hang on to and don't sell. So I've bought 2 red parallels the week of the Super Bowl and after the Super Bowl. And I have my eye on a couple other ones that I want to look at too. Because I'm not done buying Patrick Mahomes. I'm still buying him. Right now, it's a great time to buy Mahomes if you can buy some stuff that's gradable. And there's still stuff out there, believe it or not. There's still some gradable stuff. So I'm buying it because he hasn't had an appreciation yet. This offseason is going to be a really good, slow appreciation. It's not going to be a rapid appreciation. He's not going to, go crazy. He's already gone crazy in terms of value. So for now, it's going to be slow rise. He's going to age more like a fine wine than he is like a new, IPA. This is a freaking monster of a card, and too bad he is hurt. So this is the Cade Cunningham Courtside Silver. Yes, these are super, super freaking limited, and this is a pop 3. Just like the Luka year, there's like 35, 40 of them. The LaMelo year. Super freaking limited. Same thing with the Zion year. The Zion year is limited. Yeah, so this is one of the few raw ones that I found that is actually gradable, and it looks like it's pretty good. Let's see. Sick. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, James. Thoughts on Holiday being the next big thing? Man, I don't know. I want to see him have a little bit more minor league at bats. I'm not sold on him yet. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't want to give my thoughts yet on that class yet, just because I haven't done my full due diligence. My initial inclination, just on what I've looked at so far, I think Drew Jones is going to be, what people expect of him. I don't know just yet, but I need to do a little bit more digging on it because they held back so many people in 2022 Bowman draft who are going to be in 2023 Bowman. It's kind of like, the big names are going to be in 2023 Bowman, I think. So I think that's going to... I'm not completely sold on Holiday, though. So I answered that one. Is the whole stream going to be saved on your channel? Yep, it will be there, Alex. So it'll be in the live stream section. So if you go to my video section, I think there's like a section for videos and then live streams. It's all there. Definitely some nuggies in here, especially some good cards that you'll definitely want to see. I mean, you see them now, but there's some good ones in here. Soto is super, super sick. Tatis and Soto should be flying. Yeah, I haven't looked at the Tatis market. I kind of stayed away since all that news has been, since his bad news. But, I mean, that he's actually still holding up pretty well, all things considered, even though he had the steroid thing. But, yeah, Julio's flying. Ronnie's picking up a little bit. I think Ronnie's lost a little bit of steam. Right now, to me, it's Ohtani, Judge. Soto's flying today, especially 2 home runs. Vladdy's picking up a little bit. I think there's some action with him. Gosh, who else? Of course, Mike Trout's always going to be highly sought after, especially this time of the year. But then some of the random prospects who just do stuff. Like, again, Volpe had a big day today. What is the guy's name? Something Kjerstad. I'm butchering his name, but It's one of the prospects. He had a big day today. He was like a 5-tooler. I think like Gunnar Henderson, I think has started off pretty well, as has Corbin Carroll. Not a lot of power yet, but I think we're seeing him get hits and get on base and, you know, be speedy. Some big ones coming up here. There's some goodies. Goodies! I'm not done with Fat Nikola Jokic. This is the parallel number to 30. This is a pop 4. Abso-freaking love it, man. This is a beautiful card. And if he gets 3 MVPs in a row, that would be great. I don't know if he's deserving of it, but hey, you know, I'm invested, as they say. Got another one. So this is the neon green. This one is super good. Yep, there you go. You got it, Toa. Man, I was trying to think of his name. I just could not think of it. Yep, that's him. Yeah, I think that he had like a big day today, so I think he has a couple of things that are popping off now. This is the 4th autograph of Nikola Jokic. I'm not done. There's still more in here. Gosh, I haven't got to just check all the box scores today or see all the chatter, but those are some of the ones that sticked out today. So for spring training baseball, dude, this is where if somebody has a big day, you'll see demand increase exponentially because people are just so freaking excited for baseball. Happens every year. Like, and don't you know, buy your prospect or like buy around this time. I personally wouldn't do it. You can ride a wave. Now, I have ridden waves before. The year that Christian Yelich really went off and had his MVP year, I saw that he was hitting consistently, and I bought a bunch of his stuff and did really, really well on it. Got it graded. He was one of my big gainers that year. Shohei Ohtani in 20 whatever year that he really went off, and then I think won the MVP. I think it was 2020. Was it 2020, 2021? That's whenever I bought his Bowman Chrome Orange Refractor autograph hitting for $6,000. Got it graded. Came back at 9. Well, first came back PSA 9, but then came back at 9.5. So, and now that's a, you know, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 card that I still have. So again, you can ride some waves if you see some people have sustained success, but some of the one-hit wonders, it is a great selling opportunity for baseball right around now. There's like 1 or 2 people that'll pop off and be like, okay, I'm going to buy them hard and ride them for the whole season because it looks like they got, you know, they're in a groove. This is nice. Oh, nice magic. A magical PSA case. That one's beautiful. Super, super cool. Then we've got another magic. Quick question. I know I'm down to like the last 3 cards. Anybody interested in a live stream later this week where either I'm going through and buying cards, or I think those are the only live streams I've done, where I'm going through buying cards or going through and vetting cards. So if you are interested in that, let me know. And after it posts, if anybody watches this later, just drop a comment down below in the live stream comment. And I will do one later this week if you want to see me vet cards or just watch what I'm buying at this point. I can do that. But I'd like to get another live stream in this week. I'm going to have a ton of videos coming. Hopefully one tomorrow if I can get the editing done. If not, it'll likely be Tuesday. But I'm hoping to get that one done by Tuesday. What is your long-term thoughts on J-Rod? Good question. Man. Ugh. Honestly, right now, this is going to be a very unpopular opinion. I don't think he's a bad long-term investment at all. There's just so many question marks with how much his market cap value is. I think it would be a good idea to, like as I have here, take a lot of money off the table and sell a bunch of it. Keep a couple good cards, big cards, you know, to bankroll, you know, but he had an OPS of 853 last year, I think. But the positive is the last 2 months of the year, they were like around 950 to 1,000 OPS. So that's the thing is like, is he going to turn into Ronald Acuna Jr., where he just kind of struggles? He had a huge first year, but then kind of like starts nosediving? Or is he going to be, you know, a guy who's going to be a perennial hitter who can, you know, have a 950 OPS, maybe hit 35, 40 bombs? We're going to have a honeymoon phase with him. The good thing is there's no really good rookie logos out there coming up this upcoming year. Maybe Anthony Volpe, if he has a splash with the Yankees, gets called up. There's not a lot of big guys who are like the mega prospect, the Ohtani, the Vladdy, the Tatis, the Soto, the original Acuna. Like, there's none of those big guys. Like, it's you know, these guys are going to break out, and if they turn into something, they turn into something kind of unexpectedly. So with that, there's going to be a lot of people still going after Bobby. They're still going to be going after Wander. They're still going to be going after Julio. But it's going to be tough. There's so many rookie logos of Julio, and that is not good. So you really got to consolidate into some nice stuff. That's why I say for those archives, consolidate into the nice archives, consolidate into the nice heritage parallels, consolidate into, you know, a numbered chrome card, not a base chrome card, consolidate into a variation. That's kind of what I would lean into, because he just has way too much crap out there. They're making way too much stuff. I mean, that's clear. Everybody's talking about it. It's not new news. Okay, so people are saying live stream. If that's the case, then I will definitely do a live this week. That is a promise. You all can hold me to that. I would absolutely do one. Do you have an accountant you work with given your larger volume of sales on eBay? I'm an AZ and need to figure this tax thing out since I'm over 200 sales. Yeah, so I work with a CPA. He's actually in the family. He's based out of Tampa. It's not Arizona, which is where I'm at. That's kind of the challenge is, you know, I've actually flown into Tampa and dropped off my taxes, and we've done it there in the office, but I haven't reached out to him yet because I'm still reconciling my records. And that's one of the videos that I actually want to do, but it's going to take so much time, and honestly, I think it's going to be so valuable. If I ever charge for anything, it's likely going to be a video like that, where I either charge for the video or I open up a membership. And, you know, the selling process that I have, the reconciling, how I do everything in Excel and how I keep track of that. I know there's a lot of people who would find that valuable, but it just is going to take so much time. In order to do it, I would have to set aside time and honestly be like, okay, if people really want this, I'm going to have to charge for it. So I show a lot of Excel stuff on here, but to open up that granularity and get into that detail and provide that content, I will do it eventually. I hope that I can get it done in the next month. We'll see. We've got still have a lot of trips coming up in terms of traveling. So, but yeah, even if you're local, if you're going to the show in the convention center, I'm going to be set up there. So even if you just want to swing by, ask some questions in detail, I'll be at that show. If anybody here is Arizona, I'll be at the show. Swing by on Saturday for sure. Friday, it's still up in the air if I'm going to be there. But Saturday, Sunday, I'm likely going to be there. So yeah, definitely ask those. Many first superstars have a slower first year, especially. Yes. So you're right. The first but if they have a slow second year, that's not good because there's so much money that's brought up and put up into these guys. Money will shift elsewhere. It'll shift deeper into Ohtani, or it'll shift deeper into Trout, or, you know, Bryce Harper market kind of popped off a little bit last year as he was, you know, having playoff success, or, you know, in the MVP conversation. He kind of had a resurgence back into hobby superstardom. So that's the thing with baseball, man. You can be hot, but people have moved off Ron a little bit. Like I kind of have. I kind of don't like his attitude. I think, you know, people may know that, but I think he's kind of lackadaisical. He loafs around. You know, other people like it. I'm not a big fan of it. Yeah. Hard reconciling with cash purchases at shows. Like content needs CPA. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if my cousin's taking any new clients. He's, you know, yeah, I'll stop by. May not be able to get you in this year since it's super, super late and he is super busy. But I can point you in the right direction for sure, at least in terms of what you need to do. I can at least give you some tips. Yeah, show cards exactly. All right, so this is the last card in the order. It looks like I blew through that color swap for archives. Go back and find it, but there's a very rare Pop 1 Julio in here, and I just blew through it because it looks like all the other ones. So, all right, I am at 9 o'clock my time, so it's an hour and a half stream. I know that we're pretty full. People want live stream. I'll get one later on this week, so keep an eye out for that. I'm going to have a couple videos on some PSA mail days, and also I got a Beckett return. I got that in a week and a half ago. I opened it. I just have to put the video together, and the cards are not yet on my eBay store. Some really cool cards in there, 25 cards, all fatty thickies. Wasn't the best gem rate, but there are some in there, that 2 in particular, that made it well worth the order. Talking King Griffey Jr., Frank Thomas dual on-card autograph memorabilia style. So that'll be a fun one. I'll have that one uploaded, or at least I'm going to try to. All right, guys. Thanks for checking the stream out. Last comment, awesome live. Learned so much from your content. Keep up the awesome work. Yep, appreciate it, Toa. Appreciate everybody who joined in and stuck this out. As always, really appreciate hanging with you guys. There's one more on here. On average, how much time do you spend tracking cards on eBay per day, week? Do you generate lists of cards and players and then watch auctions? So I pretty much know in my head kind of what I want to go after, whether it's sets that I want to focus on or players. And this is another video that I want to do, man. It's like really detailed search algorithms in terms of making it super easy. Literally, I can search every Michael Jordan card that I want to search. If you go to eBay right now, there's probably a couple of 10,000, 100,000 cards. I have a specific thing that I like to do with players where I can look at every single card, and if it fits my criteria, it just expedites my search. So it's little tricks with eBay search that if you implement them, that's how I'm able to just narrow down my focus, whether it's players, sets, etc. So again, those are the types of videos I want to do, just a little bit deeper dives into, but then, talking about my processes with that. So I would say in terms of average time tracking on eBay, I mean, it's kind of hard to answer because I like to do this for fun during my downtime. I mean, during my work day, there's not a lot of time that I can do it unless I have like a 30-minute window where I can just pop on really quick, see if anybody's made me an offer or whatever, and then also search for stuff. But for the most part, I would say I'm probably on eBay minimum of 2 hours a day just searching. And it's just me mindlessly searching through stuff. Like I just know in my head kind of what I want to look for and what players I want to look for. See if there's any cards that have popped up. Like I'll give you an example. I have a search almost daily. It's not automatic, but I'll just search my specific search for Shohei Ohtani autographs. If not every day, every other day. Just to see, is there anything new that's popped up that's hit at auction that I want to bid on? So, I mean, it's how I've kind of gotten all these is, I have a search just looking for Shohei Ohtani autographs. I don't care what they are. I don't care rookie, whatever. Like, I'll search for them. Same thing with Josh Allen. I don't search for his stuff a lot, but I just happened to stumble upon this on the infrequent occurrence that I searched for his cards. Found that was at auction, and boom. I was like, all right, Patrick Mahomes is a daily search. Gosh, there's certain sets, whether it's 2022 Topps autographs or Topps patches or old school Upper Deck game use stuff that I'll search for maybe once a week just to see if there's anything big that's popped up. Just kind of depends on what I think is a safe play or something that's, on the up and up. So hopefully, I know it's very vague. It's very, very vague, but I would say around 2 hours. All right, appreciate it, guys. Appreciate you, Red House. Thanks for the comment as well. Hope everybody had a good time. I know it's late on the East Coast, so I gotta go ahead and end this. Even though I'm on the West Coast, 9 o'clock my time. So